All right, guys, here we are talking about the trailer for the movie Hellboy. So,
we watched this at Comic-Con, and they said, please don't talk about it, and we didn't. We're also lazy, and we didn't want to go back and reconstruct our thoughts from like a week, prior to that. But there was a whole panel.
Yeah, we saw a panel. There's people we like in this movie.
Yes.
It could be interesting. We're big fans of the Ron Perlman original.
And so are they. They even said, hey, Guillermo's vision was great, but we're going in like a different direction. And they showed us some footage, and my first thought was like, no, you're not. What do you mean?
From the trailer we saw, which was an early cut, it did look like they went in the same direction, only just it was not as good.
No,
but I'm open and optimistic,
Yes.
and I'm willing to watch this trailer and not let anything I know previously judge my thoughts here.
I will do the same, and I love David Harbour, and he's really cool and all that stuff. But one of the first things in that Comic-Con footage was someone throws or like shoots something at him and goes, "Hey, come on, I'm on your side." And he's this weird. He has this weird character, which is not what I wanted. And like the poster makes it look like, oh, shit's gonna get real. This is like a dark, awesome.
Yeah, it looked
Hellboy.
like it would be super dark and gritty, but
still,
it felt very, very cartoony.
It was still having fun stuff, and not in the loving hands of Guillermo del Toro. I'm not sure if that can be, if you can do that line. Let's not
talk about what
they've done.
Yeah,
yes.
let's talk about this. Let's check out this new trailer. So that was a very similar trailer to the one we saw at Comic-Con. It had a little bit more to it. We got to see a couple people we didn't see before. I got a better look at the side of that scar on his face, which they mention it.
That's really funny.
I barely saw that in the trailer.
Yeah, I know.
But now you get to see it. His face is decently disfigured.
They might have upped it a little bit. The scene that I was talking about, I think this is worse than I remember it. And like
the opening scene.
Yeah, and you might be like, it's fine, and maybe I'll think it's fine in context. But it's a really bad introduction, I think, to the Hellboy character. And I didn't read the comics. I don't know how he is in the comics. My take was like irreverent and like bratty, like ballsy, like whatever, man, and like do the thing.
Now he comes off as an angsty teen,
this is like a little sillier than I would like it to be. I think a lot of stuff doesn't look super great. I kept having moments of like, oh yeah, I forgot Mila Jovovich is the bad guy.
She was not shown in the first trailer that we saw.
I think she was.
Was she? I don't recall ever seeing her. I remember them mentioning her and saying she couldn't be here today.
There was a scene of her like making the portal, but I don't know if maybe you didn't see her face. There was some weird thing at the end of like the Comic-Con footage, I think. This all looked relatively familiar. There was no one moment or thing where I said, "Oh, that's new, definitely," or whatever. But yeah, okay. What is new is there's these like giants later on. Yeah, they look like orcs from like Warcraft giants or whatever. Oh no, and like hits them and all that stuff. And that doesn't look super.
Doesn't look great.
But he, Hellboy used to fight tentacle monsters and Clockwork Knights and stuff. So like, I can't be too critical of like, hey, your villain looks janky, a little CGI janky thing.
We will see how it all plays out. I don't know.
How do you feel though, in isolation, right?
I definitely still will watch the movie.
Oh,
I want to see it. I don't know that the trailer did anything to make me want to watch it. I think that in general, if you would have said there's a Hellboy movie, we want to see it, I'd be like, yes, I do. And
is that how we should judge?
I'm a little apprehensive going into this, like based on some of the things I see in the trailer,
exactly,
about whether this is going to be good or not.
Do you
Judging
think that
it solely on this trailer, like would this trailer make me want to see it? And again, it is solely based on my already vested nature in the Hellboy character that I would say like, yeah, I guess it doesn't stop me from wanting to see it.
Perfect.
But I think if I didn't like Hellboy at all, I'd be like, what the fuck is this trailer?
So I was gonna say, should we let that be what how we judge it, whether our desire to see the movie goes up or down based on seeing it versus just having it announced, right?
Yeah.
Because like, and you just said it word for word, because I would have told you, yeah, I guess. Like if I just watched this without any of the fanfare and hype and Comic-Con or whatever, I'd be like, oh, okay. I would have like tried to find like, yeah, those. That's kind of like the moss monster that he fights with like the Elf King guy in the beginning, and yeah, that's kind of like when that happens, and he's kind of like the baton guy, and he's kind of like the old mustache man, only it's like Deadwood guy. That could work.
I like the Deadwood guy. What's his name?
O'Shea?
Ian
McShane.
Ian McShane. That's
I think. I made that up.
So I really like him. I don't know if I like him in this part. I actually really love the guy that played his father in quotes in the first one. I like that older British type character, and this guy's more of like a badass type. And I'm like, I don't know if I like that exactly. But you know, it's serviceable. It works. There's a couple of creatures here, like that bat creature looks a lot like the bat creature from like the Spider-Man '90s cartoon, and I like that. I think that's cool.
A little man batty thing going on there.
But overall, there's a lot to sample here, and I really need to see how it's all put together to really know. So I guess the trailer does make me want to know what the order of operations here and how things go. And I think it's weird when they always show like the ending where he has the fire crown and it's the full horns.
Yeah,
and I pulled the sword from the stone. And
I think that kind of looks like crap. Like at Comic-Con, there was a big poster of him with the sword like behind his neck, and like the sword's like flaming, and I was like, word. In the trailer, it looks like okay, this it looks like it's going to work. The lighting looks okay. Now finish rendering it, please. Like it and it's a trailer. That's how that works. You shouldn't be critical of like effects, but the way it's like tracked onto his like body as it moves, it's like a weird slow-mo-y thing. Like I did not feel like I should feel like oh yeah, and I kind of felt like oh yeah, it's like it's fine.
Yeah, so like I will say I want to see this movie. I will thumbs it up in like by the criteria of yes, the trailer. I do want to see this movie after seeing this trailer. I will not say I am hype though. I'm like yeah, Hellboy. I'm on the train, but I'm not blowing the horn.
Were you hype and now this derails your hype train, or like
I will say
are you pulling that brake lever?
I will say pre-Comic-Con, before I saw anything, just seeing like the picture of him, like look how jacked he is.
Right, David Harbour working out.
I was hyped.
And like here's David Harbour working out, and someone tints it red and goes, "Oh yeah, man!" And you're like,
the way it was, the first picture was shown, and when I heard it's gonna be a dark and gritty Hellboy, I was like, "Oh, it is. It's gonna be like just crazy blood and gore and awesome shit." And now I'm like, I don't think there is at all.
No, and I don't know what it's going to be rated, but like with the success of
I thought they
Deadpool
said R
Logan.
at the the Comic-Con
so you would expect
I would think darker, but I guess the trailer is
PG'd.
I don't know.
I think it's Hellboy's personality, which again might be true to the comics, and maybe I'm the asshole. But yeah, like David Harbour coming off Stranger Things and his other like smaller parts, and we hear like rated R, right? Logan, Deadpool comes out. We are allowed to make rated R comic book movies now. So here we go. Here's Hellboy. It has hell in the name. It's gonna be great. And then he goes, "Hey, come on, man!" and does his thing, and I was kind of like, "Ooh," or whatever. And it might work fine in context, right? So like, I feel the same as you, my dude. I was super hyped for it, and super hyped for all the people in it.
Out a little bit, right?
And the hype's been the wind of hype has been taken out of my sails.
I want to see a rated R Rocket Raccoon and Groot movie.
Just a side story.
Yeah.
And like a horrible universe. Yeah. Okay. And I'm starting to think that I was just 13 and had a huge boner for Mila Jovovich. Maybe she's not that good at all.
At acting or looking?
I don't
what do
know.
You mean?
yeah, acting or being a thing or whatever.
No, I like her.
I see her in this, and I'm like, okay. I don't even know. She has one line in this trailer, and
there's
it didn't blow me away.
There's nothing to judge, for this anyway.
That's basically it. Where do the thumbs fall? Because I can see it go either way.
Room temperature thumbs up.
Do you think between the two of us we should give it one thumb up?
Yeah, I'll say that's fair.
And go split decision.
We give this one thumb up.
It's a split decision where we don't disagree on it.
Yeah.
I love it. There's a first time for everything.
All right, guys, that's our thoughts on this. Let us know in the comments what you thought about it. Don't die in a fire, and we'll see you next time.
Hello, internets. I just love watching JustDaggers. If you've enjoyed this video as much as I have, click that subscribe button. Peace out, homies.